What's up, everybody? Shane here, founder and builder of newsletterbuilder.ai. We are going to create a local newsletter, a compelling and engaging local newsletter complete with sponsorships today. And we're going to do it for Roswell, New Mexico. Local newsletters have been getting a ton of hype lately. Even the side hustle king himself, Chris Corner, decided to start a local newsletter in Roswell, New Mexico, of all places. So I decided to set up Roswell in our software here, and we're going to show you exactly how to create a newsletter in less than 10 minutes. And we're going to do it by dragging and dropping and using AI to assist us. So let's get started. First, we're going to drag in our newsletter intro from the left-hand side here, and we're going to drop that in. Then we're going to drop in a deep dive as our lead story. Then we're going to do some TLDR style quick hits. Then we're going to highlight some events in our happening soon section. And let's start there. So all of these different blocks represent segments in your newsletter. And to fill them with content, we're simply just going to drag and drop content from our right-hand side feed, which is set up, customized to whatever locality or niche or industry you're in. And today we've set it up with Roswell, New Mexico's local news and events. So let's take a look at what we can throw in here for the lead story. I actually cheated and looked a little bit before I started this video, so I am going to scroll down, and there was a fire at a major hangar in Roswell, so we're going to put that in as our main story. And now what that is doing is it's creating the article from the content that we dropped in, and it's going to create a little newsletter blurb here with a deep dive. So as you can see, it created it. It actually used the link from the article, and we can check that out, make sure it goes to the right one. It did. Perfect. Now, awesome. If you want to insert an image, you can scroll through. There's the one from the article. So you can use that if you want to. If not, you can just delete it. No big deal. Now we're going to fill up the TLDR style quick hit bullets. So let's go back to the top and see what else is going on in the bustling metropolis of Roswell, New Mexico. So just going to delete that. Go back up, add this in. City manager departing. A citizen's arrest. That sounds interesting. And let's see what else we've got. New energy plant coming to town. Cool. So we've got those all sorted out in our quick hits section. So you can see that we have our lead story, some quick hits, TLDR style, and now let's work on getting some events. So we're actually going to go all the way up to the top of our content feed here, and we are going to hit the events toggle. And I only want to see what's going on this weekend in Roswell. So we're going to start on Friday and Sunday, and we're going to see what events we have to deal with. So we got 10 events going on this weekend in Roswell. So let's start dragging and dropping some ones that we think our audience would be interested in. Oh, I got to click on the segment first. There we go. Circus is coming to town. Toy drive. Toys for Tats. And let's do one more. Santa is coming to the Bank of the Southwest. Cool. So there you have it. You've got your events feed listed with all the event listings. We've got the date, time, the event title, the location, and a quick summary and a link out to the event there. So looking good so far, but I want to add some juice to it. So let's actually just go into our static blocks, And here's where you can start adding some images you saved or some content that you have that's evergreen content. So this doesn't run through AI animation or generation. It's just completely static. So let's add the Roswell Dispatch logo. Let's add a header for their news stories. Let's add a things to do header for the events. And let's add in some weather for Roswell too. So one of the cool integrations that we've added for local newsletters specifically is some apps in our app sidebar here. So you can actually add weather and it's connected to the locality. So we're just going to drag and drop in the 3-day forecast. You can see it came up there. You can also do like a sky report, which is kind of cool. So it'll, we could drop in tonight's sky and it'll show you, what you can see tonight in Roswell, New Mexico. So Saturn and Jupiter. We're going to delete that for now. And so yeah, everything's looking decent. Now let's generate our newsletter intro. And so what this is doing is it's taking the context of all of the content that you generated, and it's going to write a compelling newsletter intro for your audience, breaking down what's to come up in your newsletter. Cool. And before we move on to the next step, one last thing. So obviously, one of the key goals to local newsletters and many newsletters is to monetize them. So we actually have a sponsorship feature here. We have a built-in complete CRM sponsorship manager. So you can check if you have any sponsorships coming up, and it looks like Roswell does. We got Texas Snacks here, and we're going to actually just drag and drop our sponsor right here. So it should went to the bottom, no problem. We'll just pull that up to the top. We're going to put a right in between our intro and our news section. So there you go. You have your sponsor built in with link tracking as well. And let's leave people off with one more. We'll just do a quote of the day. Let's see what we've got here. We will bring in a quote by George Washington, and we're going to put it right underneath our intro. And so there you go. Perfect. So we have our entire Roswell Dispatch first edition ready to rock. So we are going to move on and create our subject line. So you just hit next. These actually just auto-generated. What you can do is you can actually generate more yourself. So 3 more subject lines to generate underneath. I actually like the one that auto-generated in the first place. So I'm just going to keep that, lock it, move on. And here is where you get your content from our app into whatever email sending platform that you use, whether it's Beehive, ConvertKit, MailChimp, WordPress, whatever. So I find the easiest way is to just copy the entire thing to your clipboard and then head over to your draft that you have set up in your ESP and just hit Control V. And there you go. You have your entire newsletter sitting there waiting for you. You can bring in your subject line and your preview line. And there you go, you're ready to rock. You can hit the preview. You can see that it will use the formatting that you have from your Beehive templates. You see it wrapped it in it's the quote in the border there. You got your Texas Snacks that links out to texassnacks.com here. That link was actually tracked in the back end as well. You got your deep dive, you got your quick hits, and you can change and customize any of this. This isn't set in stone. Whatever you prefer on how your newsletter to look or come out, I can completely customize anything for you. So there you have it. That's a daily newsletter, local newsletter done. It took less than 10 minutes. If you have any questions or want a demo, the link will be down below in the comments section. Get at me. We're taking on beta users. Would love to have anybody on board and help us work out any of the kinks, but it's working pretty good. So thanks for watching, and yeah, have a good one. We'll see you on the other side.